Hi, my name is Shan and welcome back to another chaotic reading vlog. Today's video is going to be a themed reading vlog. Hang on. Baby, look. No. I'm going to be reading books recommended to me based on my favorite TV shows. So if you have watched my previous videos, you will know that my favorite ever TV show, my 100% comfort TV show that I rewatch all the time is Friends, if you couldn't tell. And it's been like going in the background of videos that I've had uploaded in the past. I'm like always just rewatching the whole series or just random episodes. Like I said, it's my comfort TV show. So yeah, it is definitely what I go to when I'm feeling down. I will leave links below of the websites that I have used as reference for this, but one of the websites did have a recommendation for Friends, and the book that I have been recommended if you enjoy Friends is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, which I also picked this for my August TBR game. If you didn't see that, I will leave it linked below. And I believe this is an office romance, and I think it's set in New York, which is probably why it's recommended for Friends. And yeah, I think it's just like a rom-com type book, but I will get more into the detail of the synopsis once I actually know what it's about, but this is a very popular book. My other all-time favorite TV show, which I don't know if I probably mentioned it maybe way back in a video that's probably private now, but my other all-time favorite TV show, comfort TV show, is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, I couldn't actually find a recommendation for this, but I'm going to recommend a book to myself because it is a reread. I reread Evelyn Hugo last month and annotated it, and I realized how much I love rereading old favorites or recent favorites. So this is going to be another reread, which is The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. This everyone has pretty much read. It is a classic young adult book that everyone should read, and I'm recommending this to myself and anyone else. If you like The Fresh Prince, I think you would like this. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is actually mentioned in this from memory, I'm pretty sure. I do actually have a reading vlog from when I originally read this, but I think it's on private. I might have to find some clips from it. Yeah, I think that The Fresh Prince is actually referenced in this book, and obviously Star in this book is from Garden Heights, I think is the suburb, but she goes to like a rich white school. So if you've ever watched The Fresh Prince, he goes and stays with his family and ends up going to a school which is mostly white, and yeah, a lot of rich families go there, and he is from Philadelphia. And yeah, I think this is going to be a really fun reread. And my third TV show that I'm going to be including in this video, which it's not an all-time favorite comfort show, but it is something that I've rewatched multiple times, and that is The Big Bang Theory, which if you've ever watched, is about these nerdy scientist guys, and a very pretty blonde girl moves across the hall from their apartment. And so the book on the website that was recommended for fans of Big Bang Theory is The Rosie Project by Graham Simsian, and this looks like it is about a man who designs this project to find himself a wife, and he is a scientist, which is why I'm assuming it is for fans of the Big Bang Theory. This is also an Australian author, so I'm excited for that because that is my reading goal for the year, to read more Australian authors. And Sally Thorne is actually an Australian author. I didn't realize, but I just recently figured out that she is. So that's exciting. So yeah, those are the three books that I'm planning to read for this video. I can definitely do another part of this in the future because the website did recommend a lot of shows that I enjoy, but I picked three, I guess, sitcom type shows for this one. Another one that I wish I kind of waited to read it and read it in this vlog. Another one of my favorite TV shows is Shameless, which is about this family where the parents are not great parents, they're alcoholics, and it is about these kids who are just trying to survive. They don't have much money. I really love Shameless, and I think it was Gabby Reed's like a question and answer video maybe. I'll try and find the video if I can remember it. But in one of her videos, one of the questions was a book recommended if you like Shameless. And she said Malibu Rising, which I totally agree with. I just read that though. But I did see on Instagram a book of the month posted. I'll put up the post. It was they were recommending books based on TV shows, and they recommended a book based on Shameless, which was We Are the Brennans, but it's not out yet. And I think that was also based on the UK Shameless. I don't really know. So I would have included that one, but obviously it's not out. And I did just read Malibu Rising. I kind of wish I read it in this vlog now, but because it does kind of remind me of Shameless a bit. And I loved Malibu Rising. So if there's a book that's like Shameless, I feel like that's my ultimate book. I love things with siblings. I love things where people don't have much money. So if you have any recommendations for books that are like Shameless, the TV show, then let me know. Or if you've read We Are the Brennans, let me know. That was just a little tangent because that was one that I was going to include, but I didn't. Yes, I did. I have listened to the audiobook for The Hate You Give before. I've reread this multiple times. I've read it physically. Maybe I've only read it 2 times, 2 or 3, I don't know. I've read it physically and I've also listened to the audiobook. So I don't know, I might listen to the audiobook a little bit and follow along physically and annotate, we'll see, because I did really like the audiobook narrator. I did sample the audiobook for the Rosie Project, and it is an Australian man that is narrating it. I do like audiobooks that are narrated by Australians because obviously mostly the books that I tend to pick up are popular books that are from US authors, so the narrator tends to be US. So it's cool to listen to an accent that isn't an American accent. I don't know if I will get the audiobook for this one. I have to check. My library never gets audiobooks for anything, so I'll have to check and see where I can get it. And I will see if I like the audiobook for this one. I don't know. I don't really usually listen to audiobooks for romance books, but listening to an audiobook and following along physically is like my favorite way to read books at the moment. And I am feeling a little bit slumpy. Yesterday, I wanted to start this video yesterday, but I literally just couldn't read. So I'll update you when I have an update. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun little vlog based on TV shows. I'm also gonna try and do some TV show related things. Obviously, I have Friends merch. I also have multiple mugs. My calendar is a Friends calendar. I'll show you later. But I do have a few TV show things planned. I also just stuck on these nails, but I'm going to trim them because they're too long. Because, you know, wiping Kian's butt is not going to be good if you have long nails. Alright, I'll be back when I have an update. Bye. Straight away. Kian! Okay, no. Okay, hello. It's the next day and I actually have a lot of updates. Yeah. Yes. Kian. Alright, I have a lot of updates because I've actually finished my book. Kian's in a bit of a sad mood, so I don't know how much I'm gonna get to say, but I've actually completed a whole book. So I finished reading The Rosie Project, and you would have seen in maybe a little clip that I was... Okay, so you might have seen that I was actually watching The Big Bang Theory and reading The Rosie Project, and what I can say is that this is 100% accurate in terms of the recommendation for fans of The Big Bang, because it felt like I was just reading a book about Sheldon Cooper. What I will say though is rewatching The Big Bang, it's quite problematic, isn't it? Because there are a lot of jokes that are... But also, I believe that they never specifically say that Sheldon Cooper is on the spectrum, even though it seems pretty obvious that his character is based off someone who has Asperger's, but I believe that they never actually say that because he is kind of the butt of a lot of jokes about him being quirky, as they kind of refer to him as. So I would assume that saying that he is somewhere on the autism spectrum would be problematic, because then it would become them teasing him because he is on the spectrum rather than just teasing him for his quirkiness. Which brings me to the book, which, yes, so this one does specifically say that the character has Asperger's, I believe. And the premise of this story is that The main character, Don, has come up with his friend this... Thank you for the kisses. Thank you. Oh, okay. You just kiss my eye. We don't kiss eyes, okay? Just kiss on the cheek. Just a kiss on the... Oh, thank you. That's a lovely kiss. So lovely. So, the main character, Don, has come up with this project called the Wife Project. Because he is single and looking for someone... Okay, we're gonna have to come back later. Okay, take 2 of me trying to film this clip. Is it too dark? Can't tell if that's better or worse. Anyway, so what I believe I was talking about is the Rosie Project, which is about this main character, Don, who has Asperger's, and he is with his friend, who is gross. They have created this questionnaire that he is sending out to women to get them to fill out to find his perfect wife, because he wants someone who doesn't smoke, who isn't a vegetarian, just someone who is compatible with him in his mind. His best friend, though, wants to sleep with women from as many countries as possible, and he has like this map in his office that he like puts pins in, and it's just gross. Then in the next chapter it was talking about him having a wife, and I'm like confused if it was the same person, but turns out he and his wife are in an open relationship, which that was interesting, because usually I feel like I never read books with that. Oh my god, now my battery's running out. Great. Anyway, so that's the premise of this, and then he meets this girl named Rosie, who is just 100% not his perfect partner, but he ends up helping her because she is looking for her biological father, and because he works in genetics, he has experience, I guess, with figuring out who her genetic father is. So yes, it was an interesting concept. From what I have read, I don't actually think the author is on the autism spectrum, so do with that what you want. And the fact that he wrote about an autistic character, I mean, it was an interesting concept. I guess it was somewhat enjoyable to read. Hang on. But it's not something that I really enjoyed that much. At first I thought it was a 3-star read, but then I realized that I give things 3 stars that were enjoyable. It was just meh. So honestly, I think it has to be less than a 3-star because I didn't enjoy it that much. So it's probably like a 2 or a 2.5-star book for me. It has won like awards, but yeah, it was what it was. I do, however, think it was accurate for the recommendation of The Big Bang Theory, which on rewatch is not as exciting as it was the first times I watched it, although I was probably a teenager. Anyway, let's move on to some TV shows that are my all-time favorite. Oh, and also I figured I'm gonna read this little book that I still have sitting on my shelf, which is a kid's book, but it is about Stephen Hawking because he's mentioned in The Big Bang Theory a lot, so I'm throwing this in. But anyway, I'm also halfway through reading The Hate U Give, or rereading, and this was my recommendation to myself for if you like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you would probably like this book. And I have to say that my own recommendation is accurate. They actually reference The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air a lot more than I first remembered, and I'm having a lot of fun annotating it. And I'm also about 10 pages into The Hating Game, which is recommended for if you like the TV show Friends. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to go now. My camera is also dying, but I can't really say whether this is accurate yet because I'm only 10 pages in. So far, I don't see the vibes being similar, whereas this was very evident from like page 1 exactly why it was recommended for fans of The Big Bang Theory. But we'll see how we go. Oh, I'm wearing my friend's jumper. Oh, that reminds me, I did want to do some TV show themed posts for my Instagram, so I'm thinking I'm going to recreate some outfits from the TV shows. Oh yeah, I was going to show you all the merch I have. Oh, I'm actually wearing Friends socks right now. You're not going to be able to see. You're not going to be able to see, but I'm wearing Friends socks. I have Friends mugs. I have a Friends calendar. I don't think I have Fresh Prince stuff. Do I? I don't think so. I need to get some. No. Anyway, that is all I have to say on the books for now. By the way, I have rearranged my living room. I don't know if you could tell from previous vlogs. It was in a different vlog, but then I edited it and I decided that I hated it, so I'm not going to upload it anymore. So yeah, now like the bookshelves are in the same spot, but like the TV is back where it used to be. Although I probably never had vlogs when the TV was on the side of the room. Anyway, my living room has been rearranged. How did you get onto my Audible app? Oh my god, I need to go because he keeps locking me out of my phone because he finds it and presses the passcode wrong, and somehow he's in my Audible app. I need to make sure he's not buying something. Okay, bye. Okay, so I have the privated vlogs from when I very first read The Hate U Give, so enjoy my original reactions. So I'm 35 pages in, and the main character says that her favorite TV show is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I love her. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Friends are probably the two TV shows that I have rewatched the most amount of times. Okay, sorry to go on about The Fresh Prince again, but I'm on page 82, and I just got to the bit where she's talking about the time when Chris said to her, "The first Aunt Viv is the best Aunt Viv." Just really love The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I love that they're talking about it. Also, even at only 80 pages in, I can see why this book is so well loved. Oh my god. Okay, now I'm on page 105 and they're singing High School Musical. I'm really enjoying this book. There's the serious bits, but then they've also got lots of like fun High School Musical songs. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so it is Contemporary-a-thon day 2 and I am this far into the book. Oh, the book is The Hate U Give. So I'm on page 334, which is around 100 pages until the end, which I'm very nervous about because that means it's the end of the book. It's such an emotional book, but at the same time, it's so much fun to read. And I love the characters. Her family is so amazing. I just really like it. And there's just so many references to things that I love. Yesterday I spoke about all the Fresh Prince references and the High School Musical and the Jonas Brothers references. There's also Harry Potter. Okay, so I just finished reading The Hate U Give. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is definitely one of my all-time favorite books. I'm definitely going to be rereading this in the future. 5 stars. It made me super emotional in parts, but I was also smiling and laughing at parts. It was so good. Hi, it's been a few days. I don't really remember what I last had updated you on, so I don't know, I'm just going to give you a reading update and hopefully I don't forget anything. But I did finish my reread of The Hate U Give, which I know this was my recommendation that I recommended, but I want to say that it's accurate because The Fresh Prince has been mentioned a lot in this, and she even references how her life is similar to The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Because she says, "I want to stay home and watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, my favorite show ever, hands down. I think I know every episode word for word. Yeah, it's hilarious, but it's also like seeing parts of my life on screen." There's a truck going past. I even relate to the theme song. A couple of gang members who were up to no good made trouble in my neighborhood and killed Natasha. My parents got scared, and although they didn't send me to my aunt and uncle in a rich neighborhood, they sent me to a bougie private school. So yeah, she even says how her life is similar to his. Obviously, this is a really hard-hitting book that deals with a lot of dark themes, considering it is revolved around police brutality and racism. And The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is obviously a comedy sitcom. It also does deal with a lot of heavy topics. It deals with racism a lot. And for something that was produced in the 90s, yeah, I feel like that's not always something you would expect from a sitcom. I think it's mostly just like funny. So for it to have, you know, some important topics covered is also great. There was a reunion show that's only recently just come. The Fresh Prince reunion only just recently came out as well, and they spoke on that about how they dealt with a lot of different topics within the show that you don't always see on TV. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about this. Everyone has read it, but if for some reason you haven't read this and you like The Fresh Prince, I think you would like this. Also, the prequel only recently just came out, which is called Concrete Rose, and it follows Star's dad. So that could also be a recommendation, considering that is set in the 90s, which is when The Fresh Prince was filmed. So maybe if you haven't read the prequel to this, that could, I guess, be similar. But I feel like this is definitely a book for fans if you watched The Fresh Prince and enjoyed it. Anyway, the book that I'm currently reading is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, and this was recommended on a website for fans of Friends, which, as I've spoken about, is my all-time favorite TV show. And I did get my phone out to have a look what exactly that website said, because to be honest, I don't really agree with it. I am 160-ish pages in, so I'm about the halfway mark. And the website said, if you like Friends, you should read The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. It has a light-hearted feel, and it feels like you're watching a great sitcom. This is a very, very popular and well-loved romance as well. It is hate to love. In the beginning, I feel like I wasn't exactly in the romance mood, but I'm really getting into it now, and I am enjoying the story, but I don't really think this is a recommendation for friends of for fans of Friends. I feel like if anything, a friends to lovers romance would have been more applicable, because like enemies to lovers for a fan of a TV show that's all about friendship doesn't really, I don't know, and it just doesn't feel like Friends. Like with The Hate You Give and with The Rosie Project, I feel like you kind of got the vibes of the TV show, whereas this doesn't have the vibes to me. It's set in New York, I think, and it is, I guess, kind of like watching a sitcom, but it doesn't feel like Friends at all. So if I were to rank these in order of which ones are most like TV show that they were recommended, this is last.
Good.
But as far as actual book ratings, this isn't last, because I like it more than The Rosie Project, which The Rosie Project is more of like a chick-lit vibe, whereas this is like a romance vibe. Because I feel like, I don't know if chick-lit is used anymore as a term to describe like a book genre, but chick-lit to me doesn't equal a romance book. Romance is a different genre in my head. I don't know. So yeah, I'm going to continue to read this. I would have finished it the last couple of days, but I don't know, I just wasn't in the reading mood. I hope this isn't putting me into a reading slump, because I have a lot of plans this month. I am enjoying it, but I think it was just because I was expecting something that was like Friends, and this isn't like Friends, so I think that's why I was a little let down. I've also been in a little bit of a life slump, so definitely rereading a favorite helps with that, but also rewatching a comfort show right now is what I do kind of need. So I have been watching episodes in the background. I actually can't watch something that I'm interested in watching and read at the same time. I have to either have it on mute or have earphones in with the audiobook, because I have been doing the audiobook and reading along physically at the same time. So the clips that I showed where it's the TV in the background, I get too distracted if the TV is on. But yes, I probably will do some more comfort TV show watching, because yeah, life at the moment is rough. So I'm also going to do the outfit recreations. I think I spoke about that. What is behind me? Kinder Surprise chocolate. Cool. I think I spoke about that in the last clip, that I was going to do some outfit recreations. So I will try and take you along with me on that journey. But I think that is all I needed to say for this update. I don't really think there's anything else. And my child is wilding in the background, so can't remember if there's anything else I needed to say. Alrighty. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, bye. Okay, I need to be quick because I feel like Kian is going to probably interrupt me any second. But I have my outfit inspired by the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'll insert the picture of the photo I'm referencing from. So he obviously has on like a red jacket and pants. And so I have a red jacket and then I have a skirt and the bright yellow shirt like he does. He has a red cap, which I'm kicking myself because I was at my dad's house the other day and my brother had left a bright red hat, but I'm not going to drive all the way back to my dad's house for that. So I have a yellow. If I can Photoshop this to be the same color as my shirt, I feel like it will work. If not, I'll just do it without the hat. And I'm going to take a picture with the book if I can. So that's my Fresh Prince outfit. So I think that's pretty good. But yeah, I'm going to take the picture now and we'll see how we go. This mug. I'm going to try and show things that I can find. Whoops. I have a Central Perk mug. I did have another Friends mug that's like in this big size like they use on the show, but Kian broke it. And I have this Central Perk light. Hang on, let me try and turn it on. Oh god, that's worse. Now you can't see. Anyway, it lights up. Can't find the socks that I had on the other day anymore. I also have like a Friends board game, but I never play it because I think you need 3 players and I don't have 2 other friends. So, oh yeah, and my calendar is a Friends calendar. So each month there's a bunch of different ones. Oh, that's cute. I like that one. Yeah. Hi, I'm here to wrap up the video. I'm actually in my Rachel Friends inspired outfit. I'll insert the picture of the inspiration of the outfit, but this is what I ended up with, which super simple, just a white crop and like beige flares. But I did finish reading The Hating Game and I enjoyed this book. I think I'm gonna rate it 4 stars, but I don't think that it's is similar to the TV show Friends. I still don't think it is similar. I don't know, I can't think of a book that would be similar. I feel like when I compare things, it doesn't matter if the plot isn't the same, as long as it has similar vibes. So I didn't care that this wasn't about a group of friends, because it didn't matter to me about the plot. It was the vibes of the book that was what would make me think that one thing was like another. But I can't think of a book that has vibes of Friends, so if you could think of one, let me know. I did find some other websites that have other recommendations, so maybe I'll do another part of this where I read more books that are recommended for Friends of fans. I always say that backwards, fans of Friends. But yes, this was enjoyable. It was hate to love office romance about these 2 people whose desks are like they work next to each other in an office and they have this banter going because they hate each other, but they actually have feelings for each other. And yeah, I really liked this. I can see why it's pretty hyped. I don't think it's my favorite romance of all time. I don't know, I think I wasn't really in the romance mood, so. But yeah, this was enjoyable. And then the other books that I read, obviously I've already spoken about them, but The Hate U Give and The Rosie Project. If I was to rank these in order of most like the TV show that they were recommended for to least, then it would be this is the most to the least. However, in terms of my enjoyment of the actual book, this is my ranking of my favorite to least favorite. But this is a reread, so that's not really fair on that book. But yeah, this was a really fun little experiment. I am definitely planning to do more videos like this, so let me know if you would like to see more. Yeah, thank you for being here and I'll see you in my next video.